Okay, don't freak out, but this is a Brett Ratner film. You're watching Beyond the Trailer's review of Horrible Bosses 2.
There they are. They're my shower buddies.
I'll place the initial order of 100,000 units.
100,000 shower buddies. We have finished order in full, and it is ready to be shipped.
I'm afraid I'm gonna have to cancel that order.
Say cancel? We have our own new product, the Shower Pal.
It's a better name,
It
too.
is a better name. What were we thinking? Who bets on themselves?
We need to find $500,000 to get us our company back.
I got it. Boom. Marker drop.
Kidnapping.
That's kidnapping.
With one more P it is. That's kidnapping.
Boy.
Is that a Sharpie?
Yes, Brett Ratner has gotten a second chance in Hollywood as a prolific producer. Talk about a horrible boss, right? He even produced the first Horrible Bosses. If you'd like to pause this video and go take a shower, I understand. Oh, okay, back already? Did you have a shower buddy with you, or was it a shower pal? But thankfully, director Sean Anders has been having a little more luck than Nick Curtin-Dale. He's taking over for original director Seth Gordon, who couldn't return due to a scheduling conflict. And Anders already had an in as he directed the similar underdog comedy and equally raunchy We're the Millers, which also starred Jason Sudeikis and Jennifer Aniston. Both films cost just about $35 million to make and grossed over $200 million worldwide. Interestingly, these raunchy comedies have become a bit of a lifeline for the careers of Aniston, Sudeikis, and even Jason Bateman, the only one out of the trio to score on his own with Identity Thief, also directed by Gordon. Or was that Melissa McCarthy's win? And man, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia must keep Charlie Day really busy, as he's not done much with the momentum he got out of the first Horrible Bosses, a fantastic silver screen debut. Now, while Aniston and Kevin Spacey return, Colin Farrell has not. So in order not to mess up the original formula, this new Horrible Bosses needs another pretty boy willing to do whatever it takes for a laugh. And they found one in Chris Pine. Pine already has shown a gift for comedy as the new Captain Kirk, but as his leading man career stalls, he's trying to jumpstart one in straight-out comedies. So far, not so good, as Stretch went direct-to-video. And then, as if one Oscar winner wasn't enough, his Django Unchained co-star and fellow Oscar winner joins in as our newest Horrible Boss. It would be nice to see Waltz break out of his now steady bad guy routine, yet it seems audiences aren't interested in seeing another side of him. That's a really big cast. Does that mean more laughs for everyone, or too many cooks in the kitchen?
There's a well-known term in comedy called going blue. Now, blue means raunchy, and you go blue to save a stand-up routine or improv sketch that's not working. Because as every comedian quickly learns, going blue is a easy and cheap laugh. But going blue is supposed to be a crutch, a safety net. It's not supposed to be your entire comedic strategy, which is unfortunately the case with Horrible Bosses 2. I mean, it's as if Sean Anders and his team, which includes the actors because it becomes clear with the blooper reel over the end credits that a large part of this movie was improvised on set, which is also rarely a good sign, that this whole team decided that their best bet to make Horrible Bosses 2 would be to just spew out the most inappropriate and or stupid things they could think of for a laugh. And it doesn't work. The movie is just obviously cheap and easy. But it does work for one moment, and that's actually Kevin Spacey's cameo, his brilliant cameo, where for one shining, glorious moment, Horrible Bosses 2 is what it should have been. And that's a biting, intelligent, comedic lampoon of business culture. It's just wonderful to behold, and so sad when his character has to leave. You really do wish that he was a much bigger part of this movie. You're like, wait, where's that movie? Where are we going? Why are we leaving? Oh, back to this one-note fest, which you honestly ask yourself about halfway through the movie, is there any point to finishing this film? And having finished it, I can tell you, no, there isn't. I mean, there are movies that you can just pass time watching and it's just a nice excuse to go to the theater, but this is not even one of those. And when I say one note, I mean it. Each character is incredibly one note. Jason Bateman, he's supposed to be the voice of reason, but he's such a downer in the movie. He's so negative that he just brings down the energy of the film itself. He's accused of doing that within the world of the movie, but it's, again, so negative that it leaks out into the audience. Then Jason Sudeikis and Charlie Day, their characters have become just way too stupid. Like, beyond Three Stooges dumb. To the point where you're just like, it defies all reason that anyone would associate with either of them, or that they could even run a business at all, or Charlie Day could have a family. Then with Jennifer Aniston, it's just, I guess some people must be enjoying what she's doing because We're the Millers and Horrible Bosses did well, but I thought those were both better movies than this. But I think it's just embarrassing that this is what she has to do for a laugh these days. I mean, you're talking about someone who was iconic on Friends, was somebody who actually turned down SNL for Friends because she'd already committed to Friends and was in such high demand at one point for being such a strong comedian. And now she's just, making, childish, homophobic gay jokes, which, we should be past at this point. It's just really unfortunate. As for the new additions, Christoph Waltz, totally wasted. He literally has nothing to do. He has one line that made me laugh, and I don't even think it was supposed to. It was about the cake on the golf course. We'll see if it makes you laugh if you dare to see this film. Chris Pine, I appreciated that he was so game. Like, I think he really wanted this to work, and he gave it his best shot. But the movie's so crowded that his character, he just doesn't have the space to elevate it beyond anything but a plot device. And then Jamie Foxx, Jamie Foxx is just there clearly getting a very nice paycheck. At the end, during that blooper reel, and I think this is the best way to sum up the movie, at the end of the blooper reel, they have Jason Sudeikis and Jason Bateman in the middle of filming the scene where they're crouching in some shrubbery at Chris Pine's house. And Jason Bateman turns to Jason Sudeikis, and he must have been saying, "Oh, this is going to be great for the blooper reel," because I don't know why else he would say it. And he goes, "It smells like dog poop," although I'm editing for the sake of this for this video. It uses, obviously, the word you would think when you're going blue to try and save the comedy in a film. But he says, "Oh, it smells like dog poop." And there's a pause, and I think Jason Sudeikis is like, "Oh, I'm on. I got to come up with a funny line." And his retort is, "Maybe it's your acting." And I thought it was such a cruel joke, and it's such considerable expense to Jason Bateman's reputation that I was surprised that Jason Sudeikis made it. Jason Bateman, by the way, had no choice but to laugh at it, because, what else is he going to do? If he has a horrible reaction to it, it's only going to make it worse. So I thought that the joke was cruel and at Jason Bateman's expense, so I was surprised that they kept it in. I was like, why would you do that to Jason Bateman? It's bad enough Jason Sudeikis did it, but the movie doesn't need to dogpile on him as well. But then you can see that's the desperate moves of this comedy. That's the mindset that it has the entire film. So at the end of the day, that dog poop that Jason Bateman is smelling is actually the movie itself. So that's my review of Horrible Bosses 2. If you've seen it, I'm sorry for you. I feel bad. We can commiserate down below in the comments. But maybe you liked it, and if you did, I'm curious to hear why you did like it and what you think that I missed about the film. All right, thank you so much for tuning in to my review, and you can check out some more episodes right now.